Hey guys, hey, what's up?
Hey, could y'all hear the intro music?
I was,
Yes.
yeah, I
That's like
did.
5 shows in a row, Gwen. We've done it. I can see it, but no sound comes out of it.
Well,
Yeah, we're
buddy,
gonna.
I heard
I
it.
will look
It
that up for
knocked
you
me
tonight.
down.
That's so weird.
I
It
know.
is
It does it on
weird.
my end. It does it, but when I go back and watch the show later, I'll hear it. It's on there. But when you're playing it, oh no,
I will research it. I
we
will.
need to change. We need to change the intro too and take out Supernatural Murders because that show no longer exists. We got to put up the new show.
I know, but I
Oh
had to wait
no.
till tomorrow. It'll be
Okay.
fine. You give me a day. Come on, give me a day now.
No, you ain't got no time. You got to do it now.
I know. I get it done. It's actually ready
Well,
to go tomorrow. So
Well, you know what's funny, y'all? Saturday, my episode of Monster Crush showed. Then Gwen's was right after mine. Then Lee's was right after hers.
really,
I'm like, it was bam,
yes,
bam, bam.
yes, yes.
that's cool, then. Sure.
And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's like
I love
the,
it.
the three rock stars are on TV again. It's like
Monster Quest. Watch on History
Monster
Channel.
Crush. Y'all need to
Streaming
watch it.
awesome.
All the episodes have been phenomenal. Not just our three, but every episode they've done. If you like watch the old Monster Quest, all you see the monsters look horrible. They look bad. The new ones, you're like, what in the hell? That
They
looks
do look a
real.
little cartoony because that's what it was
Yes.
back then,
Yeah.
and now it's so crisp and so clear.
Well,
They didn't hold back.
no, they
No.
didn't. They did a wonderful job on it. You know, we always praise Laura, one of the producers of it. Said, Laura, y'all did such a good job. I was impressed.
They
And
did.
I've had so many people ask me what episode is Lee on? What episode is Gwen on as well? And this is like my family and friends want to see y'all's episodes too. So I've got them to watch yours.
Thank
Y'all's biggest fan is my granddaughter Penny.
Oh, I can't wait to meet her.
She had 150 people watch our episodes. Like she's
Bless her
she's
heart.
18.
She's something else.
Oh, she's a mess. She's fun. And this just makes me so proud that we have three of us from the network that were on the series this year. And all of our episodes are so good.
Channel.
I
Thank
know.
you, History Channel. Thank you so
Yes.
much for
Every one of them,
letting
not
us.
just one. Every one of them. Everyone
No,
I met or contact with have been awesome. They really have.
I know. And like I said,
Notice the tape at the bottom, guys. It says streaming on Amazon Prime, Hulu, below the History Channel. I'm forgetting something. It's on something else. Discovery Plus.
Discovery Plus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my guess pretty soon will probably be on Apple TV as well, but we don't know that yet.
I think so.
Because Apple likes to grab stuff after everybody else has grabbed it because they probably buy it cheaper.
Probably, I tell you.
There's some affiliation. They're probably content
Yeah.
sharing. There. Now I got it right. Well, we've got a very special guest tonight. She's
We
a
do.
very dear friend. Blaine and I've known lady for well, we've been around. We've been friends a long time.
Hey,
And
I'm
I've
gonna say
been
I'm old.
really
I
been
don't care.
waiting. I've been waiting for Gwen and Deb to meet. So this is gonna be the night.
I was
Will you
excited.
your
Well, I am
interview?
excited, yeah.
You should. You guys are gonna have a great time tonight.
Yeah, Deb is awesome. She's old school like
Yeah.
me and Lee. So
Yeah.
Ready
we've
for
been
her?
doing radio for a while. You know, we
Let
go
me
back.
let me pop up her thingy. Let me pop her thingy up here.
Happy thing.
All right.
Look at
All right.
her.
So she's a psychic medium, and she's been seen on A&E, Travel Channel, TLC, and Haunt TV. And she's going to talk a bit about some of the experiences she's had with Christian exorcisms, battling between dark and light. And here's her bio. She's a freelance psychic medium, spiritual counselor, blah, and former podcast host and writer. She's actually writing now, so we can talk about that too. She
Yes.
communicates with the dead to bring comfort and guidance, and that is such a blessing. Her life's purpose is to educate and counsel those who are seeking to connect with the spirit world. And she's got the perfect, gentle, loving personality to do
Yeah,
that.
she's a sweetheart.
She teams up with angels, spirit guides, and departed loved ones that are ready to assist. And I think that is something that we could all talk about tonight too. And she also travels across the country giving lectures at paranormal conferences and metaphysical events and spiritual events. Go ahead, Miss Gwen.
Here she is.
Hello.
Hey, Deb.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tim.
we
Hey,
were
Tim.
just laughing. It's like how far we go back. I think me and you, Deb, went back to what was it, either Parax or we went back to Z Talk Radio back in the day.
Yes.
Good God Almighty, Z Talk.
That was our radio show. We were on Z Talk Radio, my son and I. But that was decade. It's over a decade ago. So it's been a while.
It's been a minute, but that's how I know you from the beginning because we all were on Z Talk Radio together.
Right.
And I think I did your show a couple of times. You did my show a couple of times. Remember, we didn't have guests with cancer. It's like, hey, Deb, can you come on and do the show with us tonight? Sure. And then the same with me. It's like, yeah, come on and do the show. We'd do the show. And that was a good old days.
If I'm not doing anything, why would I not help out?
I know, me too.
You know?
That's so cool. I mean, we really appreciate it. Gwen, did you hear that? You got somebody sweet that's willing to come along and help us so when people cancel.
I'll put you on the list. Let me get my book.
You got it.
Yes, please.
Now, Deb's always been good, though. I
She
like
can
Deb.
talk about anything.
Yeah, because Deb does wonderful readings for people. She's so in tune with the spirits. That's why we get along so well, because it's like she's like a female version of me, and I'm like a male version of her with all the stuff that we can do that we've been gifted with. Like Lee's the same way. Gwen's getting there.
I'm getting
Yes, she is. She is.
We're just teaching her, to do the gifts she has. She don't know how many gifts she has yet that are coming.
They keep changing.
I know.
They keep developing and changing.
Well, we all develop and change. Our gifts are constantly evolving. I mean, I when I first, noticed I was different from the people as a child, but since then, things evolve and change. Yeah. And I've become super empathic due to life circumstances and life experiences I've gone through. It's made me much more empathic. And I don't know if that's necessarily good or bad, because good comes with bad and bad goes with good. So there's that goes back to what we were talking about before we were on air, that I really value downtime and privacy time. When I say downtime, I mean I need to be alone.
We have to.
My meditation and prayer is really
we have to, because we get bombarded, especially being empaths. We get bombarded with not only everything that's going on with the living people that walk around us. The spirits come to us and we get their energy, pick up on what they're feeling, and you need that little downtime to just go. I call it, give yourself a woosah moment. Woosah, get it out. Let me get my time for a little bit, because just back off a little bit, because people don't understand if you're not an empath. Just say I walked into your house right now and you and your husband have been fighting 10 minutes earlier. When I walk in, you're all smiles and happy. I pick up that other energy you guys had.
Yes.
And that'll mentally wear you down. And I learned a long time ago, Lee helped me with this, is don't give them your energy, flow energy, because energy is everywhere. So once I learned to start flowing energy, it wasn't as bad. And once I learned to embrace what was given to me, I didn't choose this. You didn't choose it. None of us did.
Right.
But we were given it for a reason. So once I embraced it, it became so much easier for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I this might be a little too much TMI, but I have to sleep with earplugs in. Spirits can.
I have had to do that too.
I mean, spirits break through in dreams and that type of thing, but they're also audible to me. And so,
oh God, yes.
I've had times where I even posted about this. I don't remember what, maybe last week or the week before, where I woke up in the middle of the night because I heard two men's voices coming from our family room, and our master bedroom is right off our family room on the first floor. And I heard two men having a conversation. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but I thought maybe my husband had fallen asleep on our couch and left the TV on. But I looked over next to me, and he was there. I'm like, all right, well, the TV must be on. So I got up and went out. Nothing. The TV was off. Everything stopped. There wasn't any conversation. It stopped immediately when I took a foot, stepped out of our bedroom. But this has happened before.
Yep.
And so, I have to get my rest too.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
earplugs.
I had to set
Earplugs is
limits
key.
because they would come to me in dreams. They would stand right inside my bedroom door, and I'm like, you know what? That's enough. I could talk to you tomorrow. I'll still be here. Let me sleep. Let me get my rest. I'll be here tomorrow to do whatever you want to do, but let me alone. Don't come to me and wake me up, because I've heard them out there in the hall sometimes. Blaine, you awake? Like, are you crazy?
Did
Shut
you hear
up,
me
I'm still
snoring?
asleep.
No.
I think because spirits they're not in their physical body anymore. They tend to forget what it feels like to be in their physical body, and so
Yeah.
I don't think it's deliberate intention on their part to disturb us. I just think they're human beings missing their physical body. They're
Sure.
in their spirit body, so there is no time on their side. Time is a man-made construct.
Yeah.
So for them, if they have
That's
a
true.
question or they want to talk to you, they're going to just say Lee or Deb without any consideration of the fact that we might be sound asleep trying to, get our rest, because it just isn't, it's not on the radar anymore.
Well, it's bad enough for me. I don't sleep that much as it is anyway. If I get 6 hours of sleep, I was like, oh, I'm happy. Usually mine are like 2 hours, then wake up. Then another 3 hours, wake up.
Yeah.
All night long. So I need what little bit of sleep I can get. So finally they stopped. But every now and then I'll get one that I call them pass-throughs that'll just show up at the house. And they don't know the rules.
Rolling past.
Yeah. But they'll show up and Mr. Blank. Like, it amazes me how many spirits know who I am. I've done this for almost 60 years now, and it still just makes me go, wow.
I bought him a shirt. I bought Blaine a shirt. It's a black sweatshirt, so it's perfect, right? It's got white letters on it, and it says, you've made it in ghost hunting when the spirits know your name.
Oh, yes. Oh, my
Totally
gosh, yes.
Blaine.
Then what's funny is I don't even have to be in a place and spirits call my name. I had 3 buddies one night. One was out at Alcatraz, one was at the USS Hornet, and another buddy of mine was up in Gettysburg. And they called me within 10 minutes. They go, Blaine, they're asking for you on the ghost box.
That's wild.
I'm like, damn, I'm that famous?
On the other side.
No shit. It's like, how do they know? But they know who we are. They know you. They know Lee. They're starting to know Gwen.
Yes, they are. She's got quite a lot of spirit guides.
Yeah.
And I told him to borrow them. I go, Gwen, is this spirit guide there? Will you send him my way? I got this happening.
Yeah, she will. And it's funny. People around her will go, would you just do?
Oh, yeah. It was funny.
Deb, as long as you've done this, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh,
with
great
somebody that was at an investigation.
Oh, let me think. I have lost it on several investigations in laughter. Well, without naming names, I was on an investigation. One of the investigators, I'm going to put this as gently as possible. I did not care for his energy.
Yeah.
He was very antagonistic towards the spirits there, and very, it's all about me, look at me. And he put himself on a gurney this was a mental health facility that we were investigating, and was tormenting them, like, come get me, blah, 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 blah. And I can be really bad. And on the ghost box,
love that.
Ghost box said, get the F out of here, you
love it. Love it.
And he called him a dumb blank.
Fake. Oh, that is hilarious.
And like one after another, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is everything I've said about him behind his back. So yes, I was laughing and I looked at my son. I'm like, oh shoot.
I'd have been like, okay, because I have a lot of spirits that come around me, and I have a lot of tribes and a lot of very protective.
Oh, he's very good at his fighting.
And I'm like, okay, you really want to play today? Okay. I had this spirit one time come through, and he was just wanting to cuss us like sailors. And I said, one more F you out of you, and I'm going to mess you up. You ain't going to do shit. Blah, 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 blah. I said 2
I'll
words.
be right back. I'm
I
right
said-
here. It's just
I
I got
said-
something in my eye.
I said, bear, wolf now. And you hear the bear growl over the ghost box. And then you hear him screaming, make it stop, make it stop. I said, you wanted to play. I don't play fair. You brought it on yourself. But if I ever see a person tormenting the spirit, oh, I will let them have it. I will embarrass them.
Well, I think what investigators forget is we're invading their area. I mean,
Sure.
if they've set up residence there, so to speak, or they've decided to remain there, or maybe they don't know they're dead, there's all kinds of different scenarios. It's like we just invited ourselves into their house, just barred to the door and started demanding, I want you to fix me some iced tea and a sandwich, and while you're at it, turn your TV on. I mean, we're just demanding stuff from them.
Yeah,
and even the most polite person is not going to respond to that.
Yeah, I get to the point where I tell the spirits here, I'm not here to harm you, disrespect you in any way. Thank you for letting me be in your house. But if I see somebody trying to provoke, I said, I'll give you one shot. And I'll tell you before you go in, if you provoke, you will be gone. And I don't care if it's an event they paid for. I gave them fair warning, do not provoke spirits, because it would be like me walking into your house, like you said, go ahead and make me a sandwich, make me something to eat. Hey,
right.
You're a piece of crap, you know. I'm gonna look at you. I'm Southern boy. I'm gonna pull my gun out, and probably shoot you.
Note to self: if I ever visit you, I'll knock on your door very, very softly.
No. If you're not coming here harassing me. You're coming in as a friend. I'm not going to shoot you, but you're coming here. You're talking smack and
right.
And I
did think of a funny scenario that happened with my son and I were investigating a business. It had been an old barn in Ohio, and we were sitting on the floor, the upstairs of the barn, and I was communicating with spirits. I'm like, if you can hear me, can you move something or make your presence known? We would like to communicate with you and hear your story. And my son looks up at the ceiling, points up, he goes, Mom, look up. And above was this big freaking hanging by just a thread piece of farm equipment directly above our heads. I'm like, never mind. Don't move anything, please, spirits.
Nick, get out.
And then we were leaving, going downstairs, and I was behind my son. Everyone else was in front of him, so I was the last person. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, flying over my head, flies an antique tin, like an old cookie tin.
Yeah.
It hit my son in the back. And I was shocked. It took me a minute to realize there was no one physically behind me. My son turns out, he's laughing. He's like, Mom, why'd you throw it at me? I said, I didn't. He goes, well, then who did? I said, I don't know. Just keep going downstairs. We'll talk about it safely downstairs. I don't want to look behind me now. Just keep going.
Run, Forrest, run.
So whenever I investigate with my son, he makes me laugh. So, yeah, that was
the spirits are hilarious. We've seen some stuff, Deb, that just had. I'll tell you one that we happened when I was up in Maryland. We were at Fort Delaware back in one of the caissons. And this is when we still had the old shack hacks and this cheap Walmart speaker. It was a cheap speaker from the dollar store or something. We kept getting this. It did it for like about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm like, what in the world is this? And then I finally saw the spirit. It was a bugle player. He was warming his lips up to play the bugle. My friend got so excited. She grabbed that little speaker like it was a phone. And she's like, can you do that again? Can you do that again? I'm just about to piss myself laughing. Because she thought she had her a phone. It was so funny. That was like, to me, it was like great because he was going, I'm the only male there, so I've got 2 females with me. I'm like, well, I ain't farting. I was like, the 2 ladies ain't over here cracking ass.
A different way. That sound could definitely be interpreted a different way. So I'm glad you ended your story with it was a spirit warming up his bugle instead of what I was thinking was happening. So
I had that happen at Waverly.
Hey, I have a quick question. Do spirits fart?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and they stink too. They'll make fun of somebody if they fart. We were at Waverly on the 3rd floor, and we run the ghost box, and this lady that was at the event with us, she paid for the event. Her and her husband were with our group. We get up there, and this lady farted so loud. I mean, it rattled the walls. Hey, Adam. And then you hear the spirit go, "You nasty bitch." And she turned about 10 shades of red, told her husband, "Grab that purse, we're leaving." And she marched out downstairs, went to the car, and was gone. Spirits talked about her on every floor the rest of the night. Where's Stinky Lady? Where's Farty Lady? Where's that stinky bitch? I was dying.
So spirits call people out for sure.
Yes.
Actually, that reminds me of a story. I had a spirit spit on me, and I felt it hit my hand. This was in Ohio. I can't think of Prospect Place. Have you guys ever investigated that? So I
want to go there yet. I haven't got there yet.
It's really freaking weird place. I mean, spiritually, and there's some real nasty stuff there. So I don't want to go back, but I was outside in the barn on the 1st floor, and there's a trapdoor to the 2nd floor. And I was talking, and I was like, so the spirit here used to be a slave hunter and would capture African Americans and sell them back to the South. I was talking about it, said, "Oh, I just can't imagine living during that time period. How awful that'd be, blah, 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 blah." And all of a sudden, I had my hands out because I tend to talk with my hands a lot. I'm going, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, in my hand. And I look, and there was nothing there, but I felt wet liquid. And I look up, and I see a man. And I'm like,
oh,
I've had a couple.
It wasn't a physical man. This was a spirit.
At least you only got yours in your hand. I got spit right in my face.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, big honker right upside the cheek.
Ooh.
By a spirit. Cigar smoke blowing in my face. I got physically punched in Gettysburg by the train station by a spirit. It hit me so hard it made my eyes water and made my nose bleed.
That happened to you in what's the prison? What's the prison in Alabama?
Poly jail.
Yeah, I watched you get hit.
I'm like,
your head snapped back, and you were in the cell. It's like, oh my God, he came out of that cell.
I don't like a live person spitting on me, much less a spirit person.
Mm-mm.
I mean, to me, that's just the ultimate disrespect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he hated you because you could see him and hear him.
Yes.
And
I knew his story. And I was just talking with another investigator, just not for any purpose besides having a conversation with him and saying how awful that would have been to be an African American during that time. You escaped to the North. You think you're free, and then here comes some slave hunter grabber. I don't know the actual technical term, and to take them back south. How awful that would be. But more importantly, what kind of a person would be willing to take that job? So I'm describing this, and little did I know that the man above me in spirit, that's what he used to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I got that.
Well, we had one, me and Lee, where this guy was a KKK member, a spirit KKK member. And he actually went after her husband, Matt, saying that your sister's in the hospital, your dad's about to die, that kind of stuff, to get his game off. Get him
panicking, get him going.
He was my funnest spirit for me, battle-wise, to take him down, to let him know that he had no more power over anything anymore. The guy had actually 2 black spirit children that he was holding in the spirit world. And when I made him let go of his children, I got cussed with every ounce of cussivity you can get.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm laughing, I'm smiling at him. It's like, you have no power no more. What you gonna do now, big boy? Well, actually, we're doing that. Wasn't that big? He was only like 5'5", 5'6". He was a little short, little thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I told you I don't play fair. And that to me was the most satisfying to get rid of that spirit. That and child molester spirits, which I get a lot of for some damn reason.
I know. It tears his nerves up.
I don't want to see anybody ever hurt a child or a female. That will get my ire up. And then I don't play fair, so I'll start calling thousands of tribes. I'll call all my Native American tribes. I'll call my Viking tribes. I'll call my Roman tribes. Anybody I feel like, I just tell people, so give me a number, how many you want? And that's how many will show up. Matt's experienced them.
I've often called on my ancestors when things get really bad.
Yeah.
And on one investigation, which I'm really not going to talk about because it was really, really bad, very, very negative. I called on my ancestors, and they filmed it, but the film got lost somehow. You hear in the background, bum, 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 like beating on drums, but it was a Viking sound. It wasn't Native American. It was like, and you hear like that Celtic language in the background. I'm like, so it really worked when I called on my ancestors. I mean, I felt them. I couldn't see them. I felt them. I sensed them gathering around me. But to actually have audio evidence was amazing. That was a mind blower. So
that's what's so cool when you call upon your ancestors. Now, I'll tell you a little Native American thing. We believe that there are 7 generations of ancestors for every person that are your guides, your angels, your protectors. And so when you call upon your ancestors, you're getting 7 generations of ancestors behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And they show up in droves.
Yeah.
They love it because now they're doing what they're supposed to. They're protecting you and people around you. And most of them were warriors anyway, so they love it because they get to do battle. They love it.
Well, honestly, this is kind of funny, but when we were watching the Viking series when it first came out, our whole family, we watched it we couldn't wait for it to come on.
Yeah.
And my son goes, Mom, I think in your past life, you might have been a shield maiden because you're always ready to take up armor to defend
your
family or someone you love. I'm like, I can see that because.
Yeah, I can tell you were because I can see one of your past lives. And that's why you related so well that show. It was comforting to you because it's like, oh, wow, this is how it was when I was there.
Yes.
So, stuff. We'll see stuff of past lives we did. That's why I'm such a huge history buff. I've got a master's in U.S. history. I've got a master's from the Air Force for military history. But I know a lot of world history, too, because I took the classes. But I love when they show stuff like that, especially when they're pretty accurate of how it actually was.
Well, it just takes you back to that time period when you were there.
It does.
It's no different than looking through a photo album from your lifetime now and saying, "Oh, yeah, I remember that birthday party. I remember that vacation. That was great." It's the same thing. Like you're viewing your lives that you had lived, and you're having fond memories, or maybe not always the best memories, but if it's an emotional impact on you during that lifetime, you're going to remember it. Yeah. And so, I think it's very cool. I think that's one reason why my son is a big history buff. And Litriana knows what I'm talking about because her son is the same thing. They remembered a past life that greatly affected their lives they're living now until they uncovered it and revealed and started discussing it. It had some negative effects as well as positive effects, but they had to be addressed. And so once they were addressed,
I was just going to say that Deb and I have this in common.
Yeah.
Both of her children were featured on that. And
I watched both episodes. Very good episodes, by the way, ladies.
Thank you.
Good.
Do tell them a little bit about Nick.
Well, right now, Nick is living, I said, in the Nashville area. He's a producer for a media company right now. Mostly produces music videos, and he actually put us in a couple, which is pretty cool.
Right on.
I got to meet my 80s rock band from my high school years. I loved John Bon Jovi. So they put us in one of the music videos. Like, oh, how cool is that? I was serving drinks in a bar in the video, which is really cool.
Oh, wow.
My husband's been in a lot more videos because he has that look, kind of tall, broad-shouldered country man look, and I'm more like the grumpy, like barmaid.
Hey, Danny.
That's what Ken like. That's what Nick likes to put me in. But anyway, he is pursuing his history hobby right now, and he produces these little short videos, and I think it's wonderful because something that was really important to Nick growing up is history, and that credit goes to my father, who's been deceased since 2020. But when Nick was little, my dad and he would sit down and watch old black and white movies about our history, and my dad would explain stuff and talk about our own family history. And from that on, Nick has always been really passionate about history.
Yeah.
And he's also very, very sensitive. I mean, he has his own abilities that he doesn't talk about. He doesn't like to use because of what he does for a living. He just doesn't want people to know him for that. He would prefer they know him for his, history and his video producing. So, yeah.
Good for him. I mean, I'm glad
did he write a book?
He wrote a book when he was 20. He had it published when he was 20 about the hauntings and folklore of Athens, Ohio, where he was going to school at that time. He was a sophomore. And he had me do an investigation there. A place called the Ridges, which was a sanatorium. And that was a wild investigation, let me tell you. So, yeah, he has written a book. And at some point, he's going to be writing another book, but that's going to be down the line. He's got other stuff happening right now. So
right on. That's pretty cool.
What's going on?
Like
you guys are awesome.
Nick was a good kid. I know he's a grown man, but when I knew him, he was still a kid. When I first
know.
So I've watched him grow up, just like I've watched Lee's kids grow up. I'll give you a funny Lee son story. Sloss Furnaces, there were two big old football players that played. One played at Bama, one played at Auburn. They were high school buddies. And we were outside the gate before we walked in, just outside the parking lot. And one of them said, I ain't scared of none of this crap.
No.
One of the spirits whispered in his ear. I watched his eyes grow as big as saucers. Then his other buddy looked at him. He sort of heard it, but didn't hear it directly. And then the other one got hit right in the other ear. Just said his name. And I watched these two big old boys. Her son probably was like 9.
I think he might have been 11, but anyway, he was little.
11. Okay, but he steps in front of me and goes, "I'll protect you too." And then they got both hit again.
They got behind him.
They got behind him, and then the voices hit him again. All we saw was ass and elbows, them running to the parking lot, sideways out the parking lot, and gone. Never came back.
And they were back to back. They're like back to back, and they're both
hiding behind an 11-year-old child.
Well, when you say stuff like that out loud and spirits are listening, you can't blame the spirits for setting him straight. I mean, I would, if I were a spirit, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, buddy, I'm going to show you."
Yeah, no doubt.
Spirits of Lost Furnace are hilarious anyway. They're hilarious. They'll mess with you in a heartbeat. And rough. Oh my gosh, those guys.
Sloss was a rough place to begin with anyway, because it was male dominated.
Yeah.
So females get cat calls there. Rude, crude stuff is being said to them in there. So you got a couple of dudes that don't think this shit's real. They proved how real it was to them.
Yes. Well, plus Lee's son, I feel, I've never met him, but his energy is similar to my son's in that they're born protectors.
Yes.
They're born protecting people who are weaker than themselves. They're like, I would attribute it like they're knights in shining armor, so to speak. They have a moral code that they
do
live by.
Yes, they do.
It's not just they like to fight or anything.
Well, it makes sense because both of them were knighted when they were in another life. So
yeah, well, there were some people that actually came to Sloss Furnace to meet him because they somehow had tracked him and they knew who he had been in a past life. And we had to, you're trying to do a conference there, and here they have come, it was one of those for the history books. Y'all, I'm sorry my dog is being so bad tonight. She's chewing on my buttons and she's playing in my hair. She's all over it. She heard Blaine's voice and wanted to see Uncle Blaine and
Hello, tater head.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Oh,
Look at that little tater head.
you a mess.
I know I'm being distracting. I apologize, Deb.
That's all right.
So
Deb, I
he
love
was-
talking with you because you have a lot of the same experiences I've had. You
Yes.
started out as a child's psychic like I did. How young were you when you first saw your first ghost?
I really have no memory. I mean, the first time that really impacted me, I was in elementary school and my grandmother had passed. And like 3 days after she had passed, I don't remember 3 days or a couple of days. And I talk about this on Haunted Discoveries, Family Spirits, a TV show that Lee Triana got me on because she's very
Thank
good
you.
about putting people in the right places, and all credit goes to her for that, as well as getting me on Haunted Hospitals, because I was on a show and then just randomly she asked something about like, if you have any, stories from a hospital medical, and I go, oh yeah, I have one. And I told it on air, and she goes, I'm going to connect you with the producer. And so she got me on that show, and that was kind of just out of the blue. So
Yeah.
I owe Lutriana a lot.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Because of
I
that.
would have never filmed it, wouldn't have been for Lee, because I was supposed to do haunted hospitals, and the COVID hit, and so it just went away.
Yeah.
I already had it set up to go film everything, and they already had my story. And
Yeah, they had it already.
it
Maybe
was
they'll
like
get started again.
weird.
I hope so.
Well, I love Haunted Hospitals. That's one of my favorite shows,
Yep.
honestly. I love Richard Estep. I
Yeah,
think
he's awesome.
a phenomenal writer. He's a very authentic human being, and I've met him in person. We've spoken several times. I have a lot of respect for the man, and he doesn't tend to dramatize things. He just reports it, which I appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Christy.
But I find it fascinating. I feel like another avenue that would be really cool to explore, but I don't know if they would be as inclined to talk about it, would be the police departments and sheriffs.
Oh,
they
Paranormal
have stories.
911.
Oh my
Paranormal
gosh.
911 is crazy.
Deb, I've got
In
some
fact-
of the
in
best
fact-
leads from police officers on haunted locations.
Yes. I would love to just sit down with them. If they don't want to give me their name, they do anonymously, but I would love to get their stories and compile that in a book someday.
Oh,
But-
some of their stories are fascinating. It's like, I went to this building, the alarm was going off. I go in there, there's nobody there. Then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I get charged by what I thought was a human. Like the cop actually said, I thought it was a crackhead,
Yeah.
and it went right through me. I'm like, he was like, what the hell,
Yeah.
But there's so many cops that have had paranormal experiences. It would be phenomenal. They should have a show with them and do a book on them, because
Well,
a lot will give you stories.
They've had like one or two stories with police officers on. I wasn't Haunted Hospitals. I think it was Paranormal 911, another
Yeah.
series that Richard is involved with, which I just find fascinating because I know they have stories. I mean, how can they not? So I just don't
Grant's
know.
got some. I
I'm
bet
sorry?
Grant's got some. She was a medic.
Oh wow!
And I worked in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of my
whenever
favorite places.
whenever I go into a hospital, first of all, I don't like hospitals.
Nope.
I don't like funeral homes.
Nope.
Cemeteries, I'm cool with, but
I
funeral
know.
homes and hospitals, I don't care for, because as soon as I walk in, I'm inundated with information from spirits, and they're very, very clingy, and I have to really almost physically pull them off of me. And I just don't care for it. And in fact, the
I'm
story
with
that
you.
was on Haunted Hospitals, I was telling it on the last show Lutrana had me on. It's talking about when my boyfriend had a horrible car accident. That's the story they put on Haunted Hospitals. And what I was relaying to her and the producers, they were filming me, is I don't like hospitals. I don't like their energy. It's like, I know good things happen in hospitals too, but there's a lot of death and sadness associated with hospitals. And that's what tends to cling to me. It's like super glue
Yep.
to me, and I don't like it.
They bombard us.
Yes. Yeah.
I know, like the episode I was going to do for haunted hospitals, I was at the VA hospital, and I had 32 military spirits appear to me within 5 days. The ones that
That
have
would
been
have made me crazy.
the
Yeah.
ones that have been shot, the ones that have lost legs and arms. I saw all of them, and it was like I'm already uncomfortable anyway being in a hospital, and then
Yes.
spirits are bombarding us. They want you to know, hey, okay, I got shot. They want to show you, let you feel how they got shot or stabbed or their leg blown off. That's
Well, all spirits just want to be heard. They just want
I will listen to
story
every
to be
one of
told.
them. But
Yeah.
God, please, and don't show me 40 at a time. That's overwhelming for anybody. Can you imagine just a young empath medium that's still unsure of their gifts getting bombarded by like 40 spirits at one time? God.
That's what happened to my son when he went to the unit with Matt.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you.
Yes.
So you've worked with major TV networks, the Travel Channel, Bio, LMN, Haunt TV. And what is one thing that viewers ask about your investigation after watching you on TV?
Well, first question is, was that real? Did that really happen?
Mhm.
And every show I've ever been on, I make it crystal clear. I will not, I repeat, not elaborate or over dramatize what happened, because life itself has enough drama. I don't feel
Thank
like
you.
adding to people's drama, which equals trauma,
Yeah.
is benefiting anyone. I won't do anything for the sake of making a show more emotional. I am who I am, and I'm very real. And I say that going in, and sometimes I get looks, but by the end of the filming session, everyone's like, okay, I get it. Because
See, I love you for that, Deb, because I'm the same way. You have integrity. You're not going to embellish what happened to you. You're going to give them honest God's truth. This is what happened.
yeah,
This is it. Because I've turned down shows. Well, we want you to read from the script. No, you don't. You don't want me. I'm not going to embellish, and you're not going to put up a piece of dust and say that I said that was a ghost. I will have a conniption fit.
right.
And
as I said, you don't need to over dramatize.
no.
And
If
also,
you tell your story like it happened, it's a fascinating story because you were physically there. You were there with the spirits. You're telling them exactly what went on. And if they don't like that, tough.
Yes, I just don't feel like being inauthentic serves any purpose.
It doesn't.
And also, I've been around for more than 5 decades, and just leave it at that. And, in life, when you tend to over dramatize things or make up stories about people or situations, it always comes back and bites you. So why even do that? If not for nothing else, for your own selfish reasons.
Every time.
Because what you put out comes back to you. I firmly believe that. I've lived that my whole life.
Yep.
I am human. I get angry at sometimes. I explode on people in the car traffic. I've gotten much better. But whenever you say out loud, whatever words you use, they act almost as a spell.
It is a spell.
Because you're putting that energy out in the universe, whether
Thank
you're
you.
saying, blippity beep, why'd you cut me off in traffic? Well, you just sent a shot of negativity out into the universe, and that shot's going to rebound and hit you right back, and usually it hits you back much harder. So why do that? Again, I feel like real life has enough drama in it. We don't need to fake anything. And whatever story I'm being asked to retell because of a TV show series, that story was extremely impactful to me. Otherwise, they wouldn't even found out about it.
Yes.
So
That's
I'm not
right.
going to sit there and make up like, okay, then this ghost grabbed my ankles and held me upside down. No. And I've seen, and again, I don't name names or TV shows. I've seen, I know intuitively, oh, they're full of cocky
bull hockey.
Yes. And there's just no need for that, because also the spirit world can be quite frightening. And I've had pretty terrifying experiences, but I've also had some wonderful experiences with being blessed by seeing my mother on her birthday the summer after she passed. And that was incredible. And I'll always remember that. And
Yeah.
those experiences greatly outweigh the negative ones.
Well,
But just like in real life, you walk down the street, you don't know if the person that's passing you has good intentions or bad intentions. So you always have to kind of have your guard up a little bit and just be aware of your surroundings as if you were out in the shopping mall today. That's no different when I communicate with the dead. I always have to have some guards up, have, a little wariness of my surroundings and what's coming in.
So I've got something else I'd like to pop up and talk about because we are coming down towards the end of the show.
No, it's gone too fast.
Yes,
It has
I know,
gone.
it's just blown by. So you do Franklin walking tours.
Yes.
Okay, and that's near Nashville, Tennessee, and you've been featured as a guest psychic on the tours, and you actually lead people through.
Yes.
Okay. And then I also saw that in years past that you were a psychic reader, tarot reader for Cherry Manor haunted house tours in Franklin.
That was part of the Franklin Walking Tours tour. They had this is a unique experience. Normally what they have me do, they have me lead a tour group. And they start off in downtown Franklin, because Franklin, Tennessee is extremely haunted. I'm going to be writing about that in my book, so I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, she's writing.
But it's extremely haunted, and
Thank you.
I lead people on a tour where the spirits are pulling me to, and where we relay what the spirits are sharing with me, and then the host, whoever's the tour guide for that evening, will fill in the gaps with the actual history. And it's a really interesting concept, and it works well. It always sells out. And this past October, for the first time ever, this building known as Cherry Manor, which has had many different lives throughout history. I mean, it's been used for many different purposes, but it was there during the Civil War. So it has lots of Civil War spirits around that building and in it. It was the first time ever the business owner's daughter allowed, for one time only, for there to be an investigation at Cherry Manor.
Right on.
And they opened up the doors for us, and they had their tour guides in different parts of the building sharing the history. And one of them was someone doing tarot cards. I do not do tarot cards. I have nothing against it. I just don't need any tools. I just use my head. But one lady was doing tarot card readings, and I was in another room on the first floor relaying what spirits were telling me. And as normal, when I'm relaying what the spirits are telling me there in the physical building, the spirits or the deceased loved ones of the people in the audience also come through, and I share stories with them as well. So I don't do personal readings anymore per se. I like to do them in a group setting because it makes me more relaxed. I don't know why. Like when I do personal readings, it takes a lot of energy because I'll sit down and meditate for days before I do a reading for someone, because I want to get as much information for them as possible. And it takes a lot out of me. So I just stopped doing that for personal reasons, due to health reasons and such. And so I do these events with her several times a year, but the big grand finale is that weekend in Halloween. And for whatever reason, the Cherry Hill Manor was crazy town that night. It was phenomenal. And if you ever get a chance to tour Franklin, Tennessee, I can hook you up.
Right on.
Because there is so much history here. It's amazing. Truly amazing.
Then we need to do that. All of us need to
We have friends in Nashville, don't we?
You do? Well, next time you're in Nashville, call me, girl. We'll hook up.
That sounds awesome. I'd love that.
And it would be really cool is if now I'm starting to think, my business brain's kicking in. If you're ever here and we could set up a tour, and this time there would be two psychics leading the tour.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be a blast, and you will freak out some of the stuff you will encounter here. But
Deb, I would think it would be a trip if you had me, you, and Lee together in a location at the same time. The energy would just be amazing. It'd be like, did you hear that one? Yeah. Did you hear that one?
Imagine if Gwen could go live at some of these and go from one to the next to the next.
Well,
it would be like a three-ring circus,
I've always
would be
talked
so
to Nick
cool.
about that. Like, can you film me? It's like, Mom, I'd love to, but his schedule is so crazy. He's constantly out of town, like LA, Australia for shoots. So he never knows me. He never has a set schedule. So it's really hard for him to give me a commitment. But if we had someone there who could do, like you said, a live feed or something of us,
Yep.
that would be incredible. That's the thought. I've had that idea for years. And another psychic I had talked about it, but she moved far away and it's just impossible for us to do anymore.
That
But
would be amazing
I
to
think
do
that'd
that
be
on a
incredible.
Halloween weekend.
There's several cemeteries around here that are connected with the Civil War, and we've had many encounters. I think that'd be a wonderful idea for us to do, and we should seriously sit down and talk about this. I have connections in Franklin that I could contact and say, hey, we'd like to do a little film segment. We have a couple psychics coming in. Would you mind, and explain it to them? But we can talk about that later. But I think that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
really.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
it'd be so much
Yeah,
fun.
because I love historical places, especially Franklin was very involved with the Civil War. It was involved, unfortunately, with the slave trade up there. But there was a lot of Native American activity up there. They were beating the hell out of each other for centuries before we got here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as I told you before we went on air, we live directly in the path of the Trail of Tears.
Oh.
And there's also Stones River Battlefield in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where I've had some pretty crazy encounters there myself that scared the poop out of me.
Yeah.
Just with shadow forms, like my husband and I are taking a walk. It's the middle of the day, we're taking a walk. I'm like, da 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 da. Oh, look at the pretty leaves changing. And all of a sudden I see in shadow a man looking at me from behind a tree. And I look back, he goes back behind. And then I hear phantom gunfire. I'm like, so this is a haunted battlefield. Got it. So I walked really quick. Because I wasn't in the mood to hear anyone's stories. I just wanted to take a walk with my husband. But yeah, Stones River Battlefield is extraordinarily haunted too. So
yeah.
So there's been a whole core of hauntings in the Battle of Franklin.
Oh my gosh.
Like late 1800s. Like, I know that there were like 10 to 15,000 people that died in about 5 hours. I guess a battle would be about 5 hours. That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
it was known as the Gettysburg of the South.
Yes.
Because the amount of death in such a short time period. And there's a place actually the whole town is a battlefield, but they have certain segments marked off as battlefield. The whole town actually was the battlefield, but one of the areas is a small section of green that they've saved for the battlefield preservation. And that was one of the locations where we did an event. And my son swears that's the best location for me, because whenever I'm there, I tune in lickety split, and the stories just flow out of me. And I don't remember what I'm saying. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But
I know what you mean.
When we did this event, the host, Alicia Marshall, who owns the company, laid out, I think they're called tracker lights. So there's purple lights on a string that light up if an energy walks near you. And she had thought they were broken. She thought they were useless. And she was going to return them. I said, no, just bring them to tonight. We'll just, lay them down, see what happens. And I'm talking about this spirit who was walking behind me, a Civil War spirit. I think he was a Confederate, walking behind me. And I'm looking at him, and he's walking towards me. And as he's walking toward me, the tracker lights are in front of me. As he's walking towards me, each light is going off one by one by one by one. And the audience just lost it. I'm like, yeah, it's real. It's real. This is very real. And one of the audience members, who later became a tour guide for Alicia, was taking some pictures with their iPad. And you can clearly see behind me the outline of his shoulder. We can see his cap. You can see his gun. He's carrying his gun, and he's looking over his shoulder directly at me. And so, it's just a really powerful place. And the way I described this part of the battlefield, like the land holds the scar from that time period. And it just repeats this video over and over again. But there's also lots of intelligent energy still there, meaning they're not residual. Mm-hmm. And that was one of them. This soldier was not residual. He was intelligent, active spirit who was still there, still thinking it's 1863 or 64. I don't remember when the battle was. and looking at me like, who are you, lady on the battlefield?
Yeah.
Another phenomenon I've recently discovered through communicating with spirit is just like we see spirits or we sense spirits, right? They don't always see or sense us. But what they do is, like, we can see spirits because we have a gift, right? Not everyone has this gift as finely tuned as we do. Not saying we're special than anyone, but this is just what we do. So we can see spirits and they communicate with us. So on the other side, spirits are looking for us just as we're looking for them.
Mhm.
So they might see Litriana and me and Blaine and Gwen, but they might not see my husband or
Yeah.
my next door neighbor because they're not tuning into them. So they don't
Yeah.
have this, I call it the Walmart special light
Yeah.
above their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what we do.
That's right.
So that spirit was only seeing me at this event. He wasn't seeing the 40 people standing
Yes.
around listening to me. So it's just, that's something phenomenal. Something
They
I
were
just
probably
learned.
blurry.
Yes,
And
exactly.
You're on their frequency,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
the fact that you're on the paranormal spectrum is what I call it.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
That's a good phrase. I like that. I might use that.
And here's
That's
my
great.
scripture. Yeah, steal it away. It's all good because we're trying to explain this and it's hard.
It is very hard.
Isaiah 26:21, and I'm not one that just throws scriptures out, so I'm really surprised I'm doing this, but it really hits home with me because we're talking about Franklin and all the people that died. It says the earth will disclose the bloodshed on it, and
Oh my
then the earth
gosh.
will conceal its slain no longer. And so, I mean, there's even things like that you have to put in your mind and say, am I really surprised?
Right. Right.
Because it is real. It is
Yes.
real.
But
There's things
even
that
though we do what we do, I don't know about you guys, but I still love it when I have physical evidence.
Every
I
time.
always- because
It's validation for us, Deb's what it
Yes.
is.
Yes, because you know what it's like growing up as a child in the 60s and 70s. There wasn't anything available to us to say, oh, you're psychic or you're medium or you're sensitive, and oh, here's a paranormal TV show. Those didn't exist.
I know.
Mhm.
And we didn't have internet, so we couldn't look up
Yeah.
stuff.
Praise God.
So
I had my
you
family.
so you
Yes.
internalize that you think
Yeah.
you're crazy. And I always thought growing up that I was crazy. I always thought I'm a weirdo. I have to keep this buried and keep this quiet. And that's not good. That's very toxic behavior that took
Yeah.
me decades to realize and stop doing. But yeah. I don't know where it's going with this.
What was my relief? There was a lady down here named Harriet Tubman Wyndham. She wrote a book called 13 Alabama Ghosts and Jeffrey. Well, I got it probably when I was like first or second grade. And I've been to 12 of the 13 spots, because one, I fear for my life, not from spirits, but the people that live in that area where that haunting occurs. I don't go in there. But every other place I've been to, and I've actually got to meet her when I was like 12, 13 years old, and she signed my book for me. I thought I was, the greatest kid in the world. I had a lady that talked about ghosts sign a book for me because I couldn't talk about it. I live down here in Alabama, down the middle of the Bible Belt, right next to the buckle. So
Right.
Yeah, he does.
we
Next
couldn't
to
say
the
nothing.
buckle.
You can imagine.
That's
So
a lot when you say next to the buckle.
it was amazing for me because this is so cool. And watching Leonard Nimoy's In Search of.
Yes.
God, I
That
used
was
to
our first
fantasize.
paranormal TV.
Marlon Perkins.
Mm.
Dad did so much work with him and Ross Allen, and it was a beautiful thing. Did you know Debbie Cribb? She actually worked at Silver Springs with my dad. She'll be
I
coming
don't-
on the show.
I'm not familiar with her.
I'll have to introduce you guys. You'll get along great.
Yeah.
So I do want to put this up real quick because we're about to the end. I can't believe I just said that. Here's a beautiful picture of you and you're filming, and that's Haunted Hospital. See all that in the back?
Well, that's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah.
At least you got the green screen. I got nothing behind me but like a black curtain every time I film. So
Here's this one. So I just pulled that out so people can see who you are. Please follow Deb and look for her projects with these
Please
ghost
do.
tours.
Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you
and
all for having me on your show.
we've enjoyed every second. I do want to
We
make
always have a
an
good time with
announcement.
you, Deb, because we're three old souls, well, four old souls now that we've
That's
been
right.
doing this for so long that we've had past lives doing this together,
We've missed you.
Yes.
and it's always
Oh, thank
fun
you.
because
Yeah. And thank you for I'm
Yes.
sorry, Blaine. I want to say this before she's gone. Thank you for letting your son talk to Elijah because he's older and he was helping him. I
sweet.
appreciate it.
Oh, that was, that's just what my son was born to do. He always likes helping people, and he's like his father. My husband is very much his comfort zone is helping, and if he can't help someone, he'll create an issue for him to solve. I tease about it all the time.
Here's her partner, her sweet, loving husband that we got to meet. Look at that
Oh,
smile. Look at that
Yes.
smile.
he
And
looks
her
like a
knowledge
cowboy.
smile.
He does.
Yeah.
So,
He
I mean,
looks-
so he's perfect for music videos.
All right, you got to
especially
pull the other one
Nashville.
up. It's my favorite picture of her. The other one. The one. Yes.
And
I love
isn't she
that
beautiful,
picture.
guys?
That
it's
is
a
a
beautiful
good
picture.
picture.
Thank you.
So, guys, please find her. Here's her poster. We were going to talk about the Christian exorcism experience, but we went a different direction. We just haven't seen you in so long.
That's
We'll
all
have to
right. We can
that
do it
again
again
when you
some other
come back.
time.
Oh, don't
Yeah,
worry, you're
definitely.
coming back, Deb. We got to have
Yeah.
you back. 'Cause
Everybody-
you're one of my favorite guests to come on because we can talk and we understand each other because we've had the same experiences and
Yes.
go through this stuff every day. So
It's almost like this is my online therapist. You guys like my
There you
online
go.
therapist.
right on.
Well, we
Because
love
not a lot of
you.
people can relate. If I were to see a therapist and they say, "So what's your biggest issue?" Well, I get woken up by spirits in the night. She'd say,
Yeah.
What?
"Ring, I'm calling the loony bin."
Yeah,
Yeah,
get the straight jacket.
true.
Yes. So you guys
Oh.
are my therapist.
And so
Right
here's
on.
this. We will be doing, first of all, the powwow
Mhm.
is going to be May 2nd at the Haygood Mill in Pickens, South Carolina. And we will have a little meeting in the library on the site that's got petroglyphs, indigenous petroglyphs there. And it does have a lot of spiritual activity. So everybody,
Yeah, you
please
should
remember
come.
that.
can.
Yes,
I
you
would love
should.
to. Everything kind of depends on, doctor's appointments and
Yeah.
other obligations, but I would love to.
Here's this one, Deep South Para Comic-Con. We'll be there August the 8th and 9th in Enterprise, Alabama. And we're going to Gettysburg.
Wait, are you going for the
Bash.
Battlefield Bash?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
the
are.
24th through the 26th. And we're doing New Orleans with John and Patty and all these people right here. My name's in there somewhere. And here's some more people. It's August the 1st and 2nd. Here's some people that's going to be there. There's my head, my little noggin. And here's some more people. And a lot of these people are locals, and I cannot wait to see them. Here's Miss Gwen. You guys go to Monster Quest, download the app on Roku, and go to season 5 and watch them.
Watch all of them.
She's going to a lot of different, conferences, and she's going to be broadcasting live. So this is
and more to come. We're checking out
Yes.
more.
And we are looking for stories about cryptids because our first episode of Cryptid Nation is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
You play the.
Well,
I didn't load it up. Oops. Yeah, I did. Can I play it? You guys good if I
Please,
play it?
let me
All
get
right.
that out of your way. Go ahead.
All right, you good?
Every Tuesday night, the unknown steps out of the shadows. Investigations continue. Tracks lead deeper. Eyes watch back. Join the hunt. Cryptid Nation, Tuesdays, 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Cool.
Woohoo. I'm excited.
It pisses me off every time I don't get sound. I'm like, oh, the sound's so good on this. It's like, come back in here.
I'm looking this up.
I know. We got to look this up.
It only does it on my end. Y'all hear it. I don't. I'm just like, it just started like last Monday when we did our show. Then
It's
did
Billy.
Huh?
It's Billy. It's Billy.
Well, it doesn't do it to anybody else's show but mine.
It's Billy.
Wow.
It's your little friend, Billy.
Oh, no, he knows
Billy.
that.
You don't think
I'll
it's
put
him?
a
Okay.
foot up his little ass.
Well, you've been talking about him a lot lately. Well, just a guess. We've been talking about him a lot.
11-year-old little boy named Billy, cantankerous little shit. He likes doing stuff, turning lights on, calling your phone in the middle of the night, turning the hairdryer on, turning the garbage disposal on, opening and shutting doors.
That could be a little annoying.
Oh, he's a little piss ant.
But aren't all 11-year-old boys that way?
Well, this is how I get him back. We have a little girl Spirt. She's 12. Her name is Emily. And I said, Billy, you don't stop your shit. I'm going to have Emily kiss you dead square on the mouth. He'll behave for like 3 days. And then go back to being a little ass.
Good move, Blaine.
Oh, yeah. I treat them like they're my kids. You know, you're going to act up. I'm gonna make you think second about doing stupid shit again.
Well, that's the show. That's our show. Let's wrap it up.
Deb, thank you so much.
I got to get off of here, but you guys can stay a few more minutes.
Deb,
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Gwen, have fun with Raven show tonight.
Tell her we
Lee, will you shut it out?
Yeah, we'll get it out.
Thank you, honey. There she goes. All right, so here's our little trailer for tomorrow night, Cryptid Nation.
Every Tuesday night, the unknown.
That is not it. Okay, well, we just won't play it because that's not it. I think I took that one. No, here it is. Here we go. All right, and that's our show. Everybody have a great night.
Call me tomorrow if you get a chance.
Yes, sir. Sleep well.
Bye, y'all.